Hi YouTube. So sorry I've been a little bit MIA recently. I thought I'd put together a little bit of a training footage video of some of my recent training, my recent lifts, my progress. The Arnold is next Friday. Very excited. I'm competing for the first time in my hometown of Columbus, Ohio. It's getting chilly here, so if you're coming to Arnold, prepare for snow and cold. But my lifts have been going really well. It looks like my openers for the Arnold will be will either match or exceed all of my third attempts from nationals. So my progress has been very exciting recently, has fortunately been going pretty smoothly, and just been really focused on that. So I'm sorry I haven't been putting out quite as much footage, but maybe once I get a better camera and I'm not using my phone for all my filming, or maybe once I'm done competing at the Arnold, I will be able to put out a little bit more YouTube content for you guys. But I've been posting on Instagram, KDN100, and then also on my Snapchat a little bit more, KD3715. So come follow me on there, and yeah, looking forward to meeting a lot of you guys at the Arnold. So if you see me, be sure to say hi. I'll be there all weekend. So I'm competing Friday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. the Arnold Raw Challenge in the 72 kilogram class, but I believe all women compete at the same time, so it's from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then the men are in the afternoon. So I'll be watching probably in the afternoon, and then I will be there all day Saturday. I'm doing a seminar Sunday, but likely around on Sunday, and then just so I'm gonna be hanging out. So if you see me, be sure to say hi, and I hope you guys enjoy this training footage I'm putting together, and let me know what you think. So all right, see you guys later.
Hi everyone. So first of all, here is a look at a new deadlift PR from last week. This is 395 pounds, pretty smooth. After that, I attempted 410 and it slipped out of my hand, which we all fail lifts. So then I backed down to 350 pounds. I was actually supposed to go down to 335, but I misread my training, so I did 350. And these felt pretty decent. I was really tired though, especially after max deadlifting. I don't know about some of you guys, but squats never make me sore, no matter how much I squat. Well, that's a lie. But in my current program, whatever I squat, I am never sore, even on a max squat attempt. But with deadlifts, if I do a max deadlift attempt, I am always sore. So especially doing a max deadlift and then backing off and doing 5x3 with 350, which was actually 15 pounds heavier than I was supposed to do, this was pretty intense. And this was the next day, 335 pounds, 5x3 reps. Very difficult. This is probably one of the roughest training weeks I've had, even though I hit all my lifts. Still coming out on a couple weeks out from the Arnold. That's when it really gets grindy and gets difficult. And these 335 for 5x3. The week before I had 4x3 with 335. So this was not this week, but the week before. So these felt pretty awful. Even though they moved well, honestly, every single set I was like, dear God, just help me get through this. Bar path looks pretty good, but that last rep a little grindy for me. My squats are pretty fast usually. So this was 160 pounds, 5x3 reps. This actually felt surprisingly good after my 5x3 with 335 on squats. I find it difficult to have a high intensity, and then you'll see me celebrate here at the end a little bit. It's always exciting for me to hit my bench sets. This was 335 pounds, 5x3 reps the next day. So I'm squatting 4 times a week, deadlifting twice a week, and benching 4 times a week. So every single day, I am either squatting or deadlifting. I do not squat or deadlift on the same day. I squat Monday, deadlift Tuesday, squat Wednesday, deadlift Thursday, squat Friday, squat Saturday. So lots of squatting, lots of deadlifting. These felt really fast. This is another set. I took off my shirt because I was like sweating in the gym. This particular gym gets really hot for some reason. So I'm usually like sweating up a storm, whereas at Beyond Limits, I'm always freezing. So these felt decent. Really on deadlifts, I've been feeling a little off, even though I've increased, like my strength has increased significantly recently. I've just been, my quads have been like overtaking my deadlift, I've noticed. So I've really been working on driving through my heels, imagining I'm trying to pull something out the ground and not let my quads take over because I'm very quad dominant. So this is a look at my 375-pound squat PR, woo, from last week. This was very exciting for me, and then I will also show a side view. So this was actually a 25-pound PR. The week prior, I had 350-pound squats. Never have had that high of an intensity in my program. So this week, this is 375. Pretty smooth. As you can see from the side, I did hit depth. Some people were asking me, did you hit depth? But if you stop it right when I hit depth, it's hard to see. For depth for USAPL, they will look at your hip crease to see if it's below your knee, and it is indeed below my knee. I've never been called for depth on squat in any of my competitions, so I'm not too concerned, but this past week I've really been working on syncing my squats and making sure that I'm hitting depth on everything, just to, make sure it's clear as can be so they don't red light me on anything. And this was 320 pounds for 5x3 following that heavy single. I had a new bench PR, but my phone ran out of storage right when I recorded it. So this was just 150 for 5x3 following that 180-pound PR. And this was last Saturday, 280 pounds, 4x7 reps, volume, 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 cardio, cardio, cardio. I do not do any cardio. This is my cardio. I felt like I was going to die. I was literally laying on the floor in between reps, like trying to catch my breath. It was pretty intense, especially my last day of squatting for the week. This is Saturday. Saturdays are always my high rep squat days. Are just very exhausting. So this was 4 sets of 7 and just a lot of volume to end the week. So then on Monday I came back fresh for 5x5 with 325. Never done this much weight before for 5x5. Honestly, like, it's sometimes crazy to think that I can do this much weight because even just this past summer as I was recovering from a squat injury, I failed on a 317 squat, completely failed. And so just to anyone who maybe feels like they're not making, or they're being held back by an injury, honestly, if you just keep working at it and you do not give up, you can get through it, because I was devastated going into nationals last year. I didn't think I was even going to be able to compete at nationals because I had such a bad lower back injury. And so now it's just super encouraging to be able to hit this 325 for 5x5, and my lifts are going up significantly, and it looks like all my openers, as I mentioned in my intro, will match or exceed my third attempts from nationals. So my programming has been extremely solid the past few months. I've been working with Jacob, he goes by Jake Allen on social media, and he is with Genova Nutrition, as you can see by my shirt. They are my sponsor as well. I've been working with him for a couple months, and just my lifts have never been better. So it's really exciting going to the Arnold. Overall training has just been really good. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen at the Arnold, but going into it, I feel pretty darn confident. This is the best I've felt going into a meet ever. So very, very good to feel this way. Like it's a pretty accomplishing feeling to have your training go well, and really feel like you're putting in a lot of good work leading up to a certain event that you're preparing for. And thankfully I haven't. Oh, this was 5x5 with 155. And, training has been solid. I've had some good PRs recently, so just very, very excited about that. and I was dying after these. 5x5 on bench actually feels like cardio. So this was a heavy single, 380 pounds from this past Monday. Pretty solid. That's likely going to be my opener for the Arnold. We'll see. I'm pretty overreached right now, so honestly, that looked a little bit slower than I maybe would have liked it to, but at this point in my training, with only 1 week left until the Arnold, I'm pretty darn happy with it. So this was 335 pounds. I actually did the right weight this week. Yay! 5x3 following that heavy single. Pretty decent volume there. As you can see by my face, I look like I'm dying. So this was a really exciting squat day for me. This was 345 pounds for 5x3. This honestly was like probably one of the scariest squat days I've ever had, because 347 was my max at nationals, and I'm tripling it here for 5 sets, and I just was like, holy crap, am I going to be able to do this? But as you can see, I got it done, and it was probably one of the best sessions I've ever had. Mentally accomplished, like to physically accomplish that, it's also a huge mental accomplishment. Lifting for me is just as much mental as it is physical. You know, if you tell yourself that you're going to fail a lift going into it, you most likely are. But if you really have to be positive with yourself. Oh, chalky butt. I chalked my butt for bench, and then I did some accessory work. So these are just some assisted, just a little bit of assistance with a band. I still do a lot of bodybuilding work back 4 times a week. Lots of arms. There's me doing some bicep, some cable curls, shoulders, shoulder focused work once a week, but I also bench 4 times a week, so that's a lot of shoulders too. And back 4 times a week, and lots of accessory work. I just don't typically film as much of it, just because I usually do my main lifts first. By the time I get to my accessory work, I'm just like, I just want to zone out and just not think about filming anything. So that's typically why I don't have as much footage, and I film with my phone. So I just don't really, sometimes I'm not on top of it with the accessory work like I am the main lifts, because I review my form after every single time I do a main lift. So this was actually from today, as I'm recording this on Thursday. 355, yes, for 5x3. Pretty tired, but overall happy with these. Finishing up a good week of training. Tomorrow I'll have a conservative, just a heavy single at 355 with, backgrounding a little bit on that one, but it was my last set. Squat at 355 tomorrow, and finishing out another solid week, and then I will be tapering next week. And this is a little celebration here at the end with me after I finish 5x3 with Tyree. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you soon.